Life changing story of a video editor VA. I'm your host, Julia, and let's get to know him on this episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Hey, what's up, awesome people? It's me again, your host, Julia. And welcome to another episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. You know what it is? It's another day, another podcast. So, yeah, I just want to give a very big shout out to each and everyone who's tuned in to our podcast episode for today. I hope you guys are settled in, tucked in. For those who are about to sleep, whatever time zone you're in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and everyone right now. If it's nighttime right now and you're about to sleep, this is actually a good thing to listen and watch this podcast right before you sleep because it could help with the energy. Because we've got an awesome guest, RVA guest that we have right now. And I can tell he also has good energy right now. And we can't wait to get to know his story, his journey, all of that stuff. And yeah, with that being said, let's give a warm welcome to our awesome guest for today. Let's, of course, before that, I hope you guys are ready, tuned in, and hungry for more stories, of course, coming from the guest, the man himself. Let us welcome Ace. How are you, Ace? Welcome to our
I'm good.
podcast.
I'm good. Thank you, Julia. Hi everyone. Hi everyone that's tuning in. Yeah, my name is Ace. I'm one of the VA with Spear Rocket. I've been with Spear Rocket, I think, going 3 years now. This year, this coming November. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
It's
really,
really
really
nice
great.
to
Yeah. Nice one, Ace. Thank you so much once again for being our guest. It's such an honor to have you. And yeah, we can't wait to know your story, your success story, and inspire some sprinkly, inspiring dust to everyone who's watching right now, especially the audience, basically. So yeah, before we hit the road, please do if you could just as well introduce yourself a little bit, what's your background? Where are you from? Who were you basically before you became a VA? All of that stuff. Yeah, take it away.
Of course, thank you. Yeah, my name is Ace, Ace John Kabogoy, and I'm 31 years old.
Ooh.
I'm originally from Pasay City, but I recently moved I'm currently in Cainta. I'm living in Cainta with my partner. Before Sphere Rocket, actually, I came from a BPO background. I was a BPO agent or a call center agent for 8 years before I decided to, transition into being a VA.
Nice.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really, they call it like a life-changing moment from
Mhm.
transitioning from a BPO agent into a VA. It opened a lot of opportunity to me,
Nice. That's really,
and
really
for me
nice to know.
rather.
Yeah, that's really great. You've mentioned that a lot of opportunities were opened when you became a VA. I'm very curious. What do you think has been the difference? I mean, if you compare and contrast, of course, you've experienced both jobs. What makes BPO different from being a VA?
VPO, I can't say that I didn't learn a lot from it. Actually, a lot of
Mhm.
the things that I know, a lot of the skills that I know was developed and came from being a BPO agent. But what really set it apart from being a VA is the flexibility to have, the freedom to actually do everything, or rather do the job in your own way, rather than following set of rules, or like, set of rules or a knowledge base, knowledge set of rules, or rather like a knowledge base formats.
Yeah.
If I'm expressing it correctly. So it's been a long time since I actually speak this, talk about BPO. Or
That's great. That's great. You're reminiscing it. You're bringing back those memories. But yeah, I can really tell. As you've mentioned earlier, you've weighed some pros and cons, and I could tell that you've got a lot of advantages. Of course, being a VA, remote work, all of that stuff. it does become a plus, an advantage on your end because it's kind of comfortable, like what you've mentioned earlier, right? So it's a different setup, it's a different environment, all of that stuff. Going deeper with what your work job right now is, what you're doing right now with being a video editor. Have you always wanted to be a video editor, or was that just a last minute decision, or you had no choice? All of that stuff, how it landed, how you landed basically on becoming a video editor.
No, actually, it started as a hobby. Back in 2014, 2015, when before the pandemic, or
Mhm,
before the new normal, there was an influx of travelers, and I was one of them. Because that was a time where I had this luxury to actually go to different place,
mhm. So
and
you've
different.
traveled a
Yeah,
lot. Wow.
I did. It started with climbing mountains with my peers, with my friends, and back then I was using this phone. So, and also I started recording. I don't know how to edit that, though I did some of the slideshows in the past, when we were kids and we
Mhm.
were experimenting in the internet. Some of us created this kind of slideshow where we show our friends, and then put it with the cute letters with their names, kind of something like that. And working, since I started working and have this money, I was like exposed to the internet. To When I bought my first laptop, I was one time browsing or watching channel YouTubes, and I
Mhm.
stumbled to a travel video, a travel. I think it was. Uh, I've just forgot the name, but it was a travel channel.
Yeah.
So I had this idea that since I'm recording
You were
stuff
inspired by
on my
that.
phone, yeah, it started from there. Since then, I've been recording or doing, practicing how to edit.
Uh,
It was life changing to me. It was exciting. I was excited. The first video that I posted on my social media page,
mhm.
and then a lot of people had positive feedback about it, and that got going. Since then, whenever I travel, whether I'm alone or with friends, I'm recording the place. It's like telling a story, my
Yeah.
own story, my own version of that place, my own version of that day.
Nice, nice. And it's really great that you've been doing that, not knowing that it could lead towards your profession, right? And it's really great to have that kind of stock knowledge. You've been doing that for like whenever you travel and all of that stuff until how many months and months it developed to become a certain career or job position of yours. And who knew it was what you've been doing right now, and it's making you the best of the best version of yourself as well. So, yeah, that's really great to know. Another thing that I got from you is, of course, I want to share to the audience as well that what Ace is actually showing, guys, is that you have this certain skill, and although it may be on the side, although you've been doing it on the side, it could be a hobby or all of that stuff. But after how many months of like developing that, and you've been practicing, it became a routine, just like what Ace did. You've been traveling, right, Ace? So it's like a
Yeah.
routine. It's been a muscle memory for you that you record, capture those moments, and make it as a story. And yeah, make everyone inspired with that kind of story with those video edits that you've been doing and publishing all of it and getting a lot of positive feedbacks from that. It actually created a motivation for you to, hey, this could be a big thing for me. This could be a thing that I could be doing. And most especially you're doing it for fun. And yeah, it's really awesome to know that you've been doing that for quite some time. Yeah, with in relation to Sphere Rocket, of course, with the job that you're in, how do you think Sphere Rocket impacted your life, and how did Sphere Rocket find the current role that you have right now?
It impacted me a lot. I mean, without Spear Rocket, I won't be here. It was a challenging journey, to be honest. I remember doing like 3 interviews with 3 different clients, if I'm not mistaken. And then I was actually, losing hope, or, that I won't be able to land this. But the last client that I did the interview, her name was Janine. She's still my client as of this day. We've been working together for 2 years now, and we had
Wow.
this awesome relationship that we built. My son knows her, her son knows me. Actually, we're on that level,
Cute.
and yeah, that won't happen if it's Spear. If Spear Rocket, if I didn't stumble with Spear Rocket one night,
Mhm.
while I was browsing on the internet, trying to turn my passion into something else, because I didn't want to like do BPO or uh, s- I don't want to stay as a BPO agent or for a long time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with BPO agent. I love it. I mean, if given a chance, if I don't have this opportunity, I will be still be working because
Yeah.
I love serving customers. But having the chance to do what you love as a job, earn
Mhm,
money from
mhm.
it, that's the best thing that could happen. And I I cannot emphasize or highlight it more how Rocket impacted my my journey, my career actually.
Nice, nice. That's really, really great to know is you've had a lot on your table and of course a lot of decision making, but you still weigh those options of yours and you've just like what
Yeah,
you've mentioned, right? You love serving people, but when that doesn't constantly sustain you or make you happy of what you've been doing, of course, you kind of feel burned out, all of that stuff. You get stressed, you get tired and all of it. And basically you get tired by doing it over and over again. But when you do something you love, when you do that certain passion that you do, you don't get tired of it. You have fun with it, and you don't
yeah.
think of it as work in the first place. And yeah, that's really great. I love that experience about you, Ace. It's kind of very inspiring as well on the audience to know that you really need to love what you're doing. You need to have that certain passion of what you do, or else you will lead to burnout. You will lead to be very tired about what you're
Yeah,
doing. And yeah,
exactly. I mean,
yeah,
sorry, it's not gonna last if you're not, if you don't love what you do. I mean, it's really a plus for me that, I love creating stories or creating videos, and I'm earning from it. But that monetary incentive comes second. Your passion or what drives you most will always be the number one. And what drives me is I want to do the things that will make me happy, that will make me satisfied. And video
correct.
editing and VA give it to me.
Awesome. Perfectly said there, Ace. I love that. I love that what you've mentioned about doing what you love, of course, and it keeps you going. It's the drive that keeps you motivated and continually doing what you're doing right now, specifically video editing. So that's really nice. With the months, of course, of being a video editor, being a VA, and having fun with it, all of that fun, what do you think has been the best purchase, of course, that you bought so far that you really, really got satisfied and fulfilled about?
I don't want to brag, but because of this, my partner and I, we were able to bought this piece of land in Cebu, Batangas. It's
Wow.
152 square meters. Yeah, it's just a lot. I mean, no house to build it yet. We don't have any plans. But the future, I mean, the plans they have for that place, they're turning into a leisure resort subdivision thing. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Either it's going to be our new home in the future, or it's going to be something that we can put on Airbnb as listing where we can rent it out. So I think that covers the whole top three, but I still have two, but it's more of the material thing. But that is the best thing that I bought because of being a VA.
Nice. That's really nice to know and very fulfilling. I could really tell about that. Yeah, I'm very, very happy. You have a lot and all of that,
Yeah,
and investing it, of course, a perfect
so actually lucky that it was on pre-selling. So the it's not we what we paid for. It's not that really much, but you know the the huge land that we
Mhm.
got from it. That's
Yeah.
really amazing. And it's really like, the adulting moments that I had. the first adulting
Exactly.
moment that I had in my life. Yeah.
All right. So now we know that that was your first adulting moment. And yeah, that's perfectly the perfect definition of destiny right there, you know? The good
Mhm.
timing, of course, that led to you there, of course, having that lot. And yeah, kind of was an eye opener to me, you know, that buying lot indeed is an adulting thing. And it's something to be very proud of. You know, you really deserve all of those achievements with the hard work that you've been doing. Yeah, with that being said, we're actually down to our last question and we have a commercial break. Right after that, we've got a segment prepared for you. So please just stay tuned. Yeah,
Sure.
so our last question is I know there are a lot of aspiring virtual assistants that are watching or listening to our podcast right now. What do you think would be the best piece of advice you want to give out to them?
Definitely, the one thing that I will always say if someone asks me that same question would be they need to take care of themselves, like self-care. I mean, they need to take regular breaks. You know, I know it's really hard to step away from the desk if you're working from home, but it's really important. Aside from that, you need to set boundaries, like define your working hours. You know, just because you're working from home, it doesn't mean that you have to stay in front of your computer for the whole 24 hours, you know. Create a dedicated workspace. Make sure that, you know, if you want to work from home, this will be the only place that I'm going to work. You know, I'm not going to work in front of the TV or in the dining table. Prioritize physical and mental health. Like, you know, it comes with the regular breaks you need to take, like exercise in regular exercise, balanced diet, most of us are just sitting down 8 hours or more per day, depending on the job or the load. So taking care of your health, like physical exercise and eating healthy foods are really important. Practice
Correct.
stress management. Yeah, like, you know, but the most important thing is stay connected socially. Like talk to your friends, talk to your wife or partner. You know, working remotely can sometimes lead to feeling isolation. You know, it's not for all, but sometimes it does. Make an effort, like, you know, if make you'll be the one who should make an effort to talk to them. I think that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. You know, health is wealth, you know, in any aspect of health. It could be physically, mentally, all of that things matter. And yeah, you have to satisfy those different aspects of your personality, you know, socially wise, like what you've mentioned. So that's actually a very, very great tip and advice to those aspiring VAs. You know, don't be stuck looking at the screen. Of course, you need to take breaks sometimes. And yeah, to conclude, health is wealth indeed. Yeah. So with that said, thank you so much, Ace, for that very inspiring advice to our aspiring VAs. We'll be right back. We've got
Thank
a
you.
short commercial break, so please just stay tuned. We will be right back. Ever dreamed of
Thank you.
swapping your hectic office for a comfy home workspace? At Sphere Rocket VA, we make that dream a reality. Say goodbye to rush hours and hello to remote work. Enjoy more time with family, more time for yourself, all while building your career. Interested? Apply now at www.spherejobs.ph. All right, welcome back once again, you guys, to this episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Here we are once again with our awesome and inspiring guest. We've got Ace once again. Hi, Ace.
Bye. Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome.
Thank you again for this opportunity. Yeah.
Of course. It is such an honor, of course, to have you here. Such a pleasure. So, yeah, we're actually down to our last segment. But before anything else, is there any shout outs you want to give out? You know, any social media platforms that you want to promote, your accounts, your socials, anything? Take it away.
Yeah, of course. You got I'm support my client is Janine Sasso. She's a real estate agent in
Mhm.
Chicago, based in Chicago. I would love if you guys, you know, visit her page on YouTube. Like you just have to type in Janine Sasso, like Janine and then Sasso, it's SASS and then O. You know, if you can subscribe, you know, just to give us more traction, but I would really appreciate that. And also, if you know, if it's okay, I would like to again say thank you to those people who's been part of my, you know, onboarding. I wouldn't mention you anymore, but you know, if you can still remember me, saying I'm still here, I'm still part of Sphere Rocket, and Janine is still my client. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. Thank you so much, Ace, for those shout outs. Yeah, I bet they're watching right now as well on this podcast. So I can't wait for them to know this. Yeah, so we're down to our last segment, and this is actually very fun. We call this the lightning round. So this is just like fast talk. I'm gonna pitch in some questions, and you tell me the first thing that pops into your mind in a snap. Okay. So are you
Sure.
ready, Ace? All right.
Yeah,
Let's do it. First question. Day off or bonus pay?
bonus pay,
Favorite social media platform?
Facebook,
Voice or non voice?
non-voice,
What is your go to midnight snack?
Ansel, the biscuit,
Ooh, coffee or tea?
definitely coffee,
Love it. Dream country to visit?
Greece,
Most expensive purchase?
the lot, the the vacant lot that we had in Batangas.
Yes, flex it. And lastly, one word to describe Sphere Rocket.
Amazing.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much once again, Ace, for your time. We really, really had fun and
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate having you once again. Thank you so much. And yeah, with that said, this has been Julia officially signing off, wishing everybody to enjoy the rest of their day and see you again on another episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye, Ace. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you want to apply as a Sphere Rocket virtual assistant? Well, look no further because this video is for you. I will be telling you which requirements you will need to submit in order to apply to our new website, plus a few tips and tricks to help you with your initial interview. We have achieved a better way for you to send in your application, so let's begin. Step 1. Visit our website
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Step 2. Fill in the application by inputting your full name, email, number, and other questions that you will need to answer in order to move on to the next step. Step number 3, send screenshots of your updated CV, Tony Robbins PDF result, internet speed screenshot with a minimum of 10 Mbps, a scanned copy of your government ID, and your portfolio with sample works. Step 4, click the submit button and wait patiently for our email. Now here are some tips on how to stand out during your initial interview. Tip number 1, dress up as if you were going to an in-person interview. Wearing something formal will give the interviewer a sign that you are serious about applying to this job role. Tip number 2, find a quiet space where your interview will be held. There's nothing worse than getting distracted by the noise around you and not being able to understand what the interviewer is saying. Tip number 3, be yourself and show up as confidently as you can. Know what you bring to the table and honor your worth. Interested in becoming a part of our team? Submit your application now
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Good luck!